What's the deal, YouTube? This is the boy Tony Williams coming to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Rainy, nasty day. And I want to discuss something and everything. I had a conversation with this brother who's currently incarcerated, Brother Robert Asofo Williams. No relation that I know of, no blood relation that I know of, other than he's another African like I am. And but this brother's been locked up for the last 28 years, 27 years, or something to that nature. But another brother actually put me on to him, and you know, he basically was giving me a lot of game. You know what I mean? I'm actually new to this so-called conscious stuff and everything. I don't like to be painted in the box to be called anything. You know. That's why, although I might embrace the principles of certain things like Pan-Africanism, you know, you could probably call me with the ideology I have of Pan-Africanism, but you know, I wouldn't really call anything. I think that, you know, we shouldn't be paying in the box. I'm just a black man who wants to see his people do well. You know, I don't claim any kind of title or anything like that, but get off of me. This brother was basically giving me some game and everything on a lot of things that's going on. And you know, he's been locked up for a long time now. He's got life without possibility of parole. He was locked up since he was 19 years old. And this brother has learned a lot and everything. Obviously, he's done a lot of studying, and he studied a lot of our ancestors, a lot of our unheralded leaders. And one of the brothers he's put me, well, he didn't actually put me on, a friend of his who's a friend of mine, you know, a mutual friend of ours, was actually put me on to Dr. Amos Wilson. You know, when we talk about Pan-Africanists and we talk about black liberation and African culture and everything, and we talk about our teachers, usually Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, you know, those men usually come up. Of course, the great Marcus Garvey. You know, you hear names like that, but you don't hear about Dr. Amos Wilson. Dr. Amos Wilson basically broke down our oppression on a psychological level, and he was brilliant. He's a brilliant man. You know, he wasn't about pomp and circumstance and all the accolades. He just wanted to see his people do well. So, and then you out there and everything that might listen to this video and everything, look up Dr. Amos Wilson, Blueprint to Black Power. Look up on YouTube some of his speeches and everything, and lectures and everything. This man was a damn near genius. He was a genius to me. The way he broke down psychology of white supremacy. And you know, this brother, the brother Asofo, basically he's coming right off of that and everything with the way he's teaching. Basically, you can see he follows in the footsteps of Dr. Wilson, the late great Dr. Amos Wilson. So, like I said, his brothers have been incarcerated and everything. And you know, he's talking about how basically this is slavery. You know, the prison industrial complex is slavery, and you know, his fight and everything to be released from it. You know, it's not about his guilt or innocence. This is about if the laws that the United States put in practice and everything, do they act, or if they actually follow these laws, will he still be incarcerated? And the same thing is going on to a family member of mine, to my cousin Nazario Burgos. And you know, he's trying to exonerate himself also. You know, but it's a lot of brothers and sisters out there and everything who are dealing with the same thing. But shout out to the brother Robert Asofo Williams. Thank you for the knowledge. You know, I appreciate it, brother. And you know, we got to get your voice heard out here and everything, because you can school a lot of people, teach a lot of people about what goes on, what it actually is out here, and how deep it actually is. And you hit it from a psychological perspective, just like Dr. Wilson did. You know, we have a long way to go. We got a lot of things going against us. One thing that was profound to me is when he discussed about fighting and everything. Basically, you know, not my whole thing was, I don't think we're ready. You know, we're not organized. We don't have access to the ammunitions and everything that white folks have. You know, so if we got into a physical battle with them, we would lose. You know, we don't teach our children and everything to, you know, how to use guns and things of that nature. You know, we don't know how to kill and grow our own food. I mean, all those things are legitimate concerns if we would actually go to war with anyone. And then obviously you got the motherfuckers who would basically turn the shit over in a minute. You know what I mean? They're comfortable in white supremacy, in the system of white supremacy. So you have a lot of that obviously going on. And a lot of people don't want to live. They're comfortable in this bullshit. You know, they're individualistic. They don't care about anybody else other than themselves. You know, and we don't look at things on a community perspective or a global perspective. We look at everything. We tend to look at things from an individual perspective, which means we're always going to be in the situation we're in. And so, but slowly but surely, like the brother Asofo said, we waking up. Our people are getting up out of the bed, or basically waking up from the matrix and opening our eyes to what it really is, what it is out here. You know, one of the things that's going on out here and everything that was in the news this past week and everything was Jeff Sessions' racist ass and his bid to bring back the war on drugs. And as we all know, the war on drugs was specifically targeted for black people. John Ehrlichman, who had the eyes and ears of President Richard Nixon back in the 70s, came out and admitted that war on drugs is put in for black people and hippies. You know? But all hippies got to do is turn, you know what I mean, basically do what they do and everything as white people do. And most of them have done that, you know what I mean? They changed their mind. All of a sudden, now they're Republicans and everything. But obviously, you can't change the color of your skin. It's easy for them to do what they're doing to us. And war on drugs was targeting black people. So, and Jeff Sessions is a known white supremacist. He's a known racist dude. You know, Coretta Scott King wrote a note basically fighting to keep him off the judge's seat, in the state that he was in. And Jeff Sessions is horrible. You know what I mean? There's no other way around it. But you know, such is the cabinet of Donald Trump. So, you know, I just want to give a shout out to the brother Vic Pedals, the brother Samir, who basically helped me with this journey, put me on to Dr. Amos Wilson, and the brother Asofo put him on Dr. Amos Wilson. You know, so basically, you know, his link basically got us linked us up and everything, and he started to correspond with me and everything. And we actually had a discussion just through Facebook Messenger the other day. Eventually, we want to have a phone discussion because they do have discussions and everything over the phone. So, I'm trying to open the eyes of the people around me also, and get them to understand where we are as a people. You know, as far as me understanding, because I need to understand more myself, and the more information I get, the more information I can divulge. You know, and I'm just learning this thing. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to say and everything on this rainy Saturday, May 13th, 2017. Speaking of May 13th, before I get off this thing, May 13th, this is the 32nd anniversary of the bombing of MOVE. If any of you know your history, you know MOVE was a Back to Africa movement, Back to Nature movement that was in Philadelphia back in the 70s and the 80s. And May 13th, 1985, the city of Philadelphia dropped a bomb and basically blew up a whole fucking neighborhood and killed all those black folks. They killed all those people and everything. These motherfuckers dropped the bomb in the fucking middle of the neighborhood and everything. It's one of the most undiscussed recent things that has happened and everything in the city of Philadelphia. These motherfuckers, the city of Philadelphia, the police department of Philadelphia literally dropped a bomb in the fucking middle of a city and killed all those people and everything. Now, at the time, I was 10 years old when this happened, and I really didn't understand the ramifications and that came with this and what it really was about. You know what I mean? But I do remember when it happened. You know, like I said, I was a child and I was only 10, but I do remember it. May 13th, 1985, MOVE. This is the 32nd anniversary of MOVE, where the city of Philadelphia dropped a bomb and killed all those people and everything in there. Can't remember the number of people and everything. Next time I do something on MOVE, I'm gonna do something and everything and I have much more accurate information and everything. But I'll never forget it though. I'll never forget when it happened. I remember it was all over the news. I remember reading about it in the Daily News, Philadelphia Daily News, and the Philadelphia Inquirer. So, shout out to all those people, those brothers and sisters who were killed, who died in that shit. And shout out to the brother Asofo and everything, brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to the brother Samir, aka Big Pedals. I appreciate you, brother, putting me on and everything. This is the boy Tony Williams. Peace and love to my people. Black always. I'm out.